I see every patient as a 100-year project, hoping that we all live to be 100 years old. And at each phase along that pathway, we're different, right? Our requirements and our outputs as a child are different than they are as a teenager and in our reproductive years and so on and so forth. So when women come into the perimenopausal and postmenopausal period, their nutritional requirements change. So there are three things to really focus on once your periods have been gone for about a year. One is protein. Really, we should be focusing on protein at all times, as we all hear over and over again, but it's especially important in the postmenopausal phase, because if we don't, then we end up eating into our muscle mass, and muscle mass is so important for metabolic health as well as bone health. So making sure that you're getting at least 100 grams of protein every day is very, very important, and that can't usually be done by accident. You have to make sure with each meal you're getting at least 20, hopefully 30 grams of protein, and that if you're having snacks, that they're topped up with protein. There are no empty calories that are going into your system. Everything is paired with protein, and you're not having plain pasta, you're eating chickpea pasta, for example. And the thing about topping up all of your meals and snacks with higher protein sources, usually it means that you have to really fill with plant-based proteins, and plant-based protein sources often have a lot of fibers in there that are great for our gut microbiome. Another nutrient that's really important in the perimenopausal and postmenopausal phase is calcium. So our normal adult requirements for calcium are 1,000 milligrams a day, but in the postmenopausal phase, it goes up to 1,200 milligrams a day. And again, that's not a number that can happen by accident unless you're somebody who eats a lot of dairy. So if dairy is a digestible food for you, which it is for some adults, but many not. But if it is, it's a great source. It has all kinds of calcium and protein in there. So if you're able to get your 1,200 milligrams through dairy, that's amazing. For the rest of us, we would have to pepper in other sources of calcium like unsweetened organic soy milk, tofu, broccoli, nuts, and seeds. So making sure that you're focused on that number and possibly tracking your diet for a week or so just to see what your baseline is and what modifications you need to make to top up to the 1,200 milligrams per day. The third nutrient to focus on getting in your diet in the perimenopause and postmenopausal period are phytoestrogens. So again, soy is a great source of that, making sure it's organic soy, of course, but there are other plant-based sources like chickpeas and flax seeds and some berries. So making sure that you're getting enough of those to bolster your natural endogenous estrogen production can really help with some perimenopausal symptoms, though depending on your situation, you may need the support of herbs and possibly bioidentical hormones, but really making sure the foundations of your diet are strong really improve the outcomes of any future intervention.